What's up, everyone? So, starting, with all these videos, they're kind of going to be leaving off from the last one, because it's so hard to touch on so many topics and, all these things I have going on. People are being loud just because I'm riding a bike. They do that a lot. When I'm riding and stuff, people will rev up their motor and all that stuff, trying to show off. Like, whatever, dude. I know you got a car. I got a car too, many of them. Hello, nice dog. That's a really pretty dog. I had one years ago. It hurt me. An accident. Her name was Mary. Good. Have a good day. That was cute. Look, this person stops in the middle of the road. You can drive. You don't have to stop. Weirdos. They just stopped. I'm like on the side of the road. They just stopped in the middle of the road, right? Dude, there's traffic coming towards you. I'm on the side of the road. Why are you stopping, dead stop in the middle of the road? What's wrong with you? The lady had a really nice Saint Bernard. I got a story about that. So, my thumb, it got completely ripped off. And it grew back. And I got kind of like two thumbnails in a sense. It's weird how it grows back, and I don't know. It's so how it happened was those Saint Bernard dogs are big, man. And Mary was at least 120 pounds, maybe 150 pounds, And I was like 12. Yeah, I was like 11, 12. It's like right when I started smoking. But our dog got out. Mary got out. The Saint Bernard got out of the backyard, and I was running, chasing it, and she tried to get into the neighbor's yard, a couple houses down, and the gate wasn't locked by any means, but it still was closed and had the little thing that flips where you flip it over to close the gate to keep it closed. Well, my thumb was between that and the fence, and I wasn't paying attention. I was grabbing the dog's, collar, trying to pull her back to keep her from fucking up the dogs that were on the other side of the fence. There was two little puppies, just smaller dogs. They weren't puppies, but Mary would have messed those dogs up, man. And thankfully she didn't, but she pushed through that gate, and the dog was strong. She pushed through the gate, and when she pushed through the gate, the top of the mechanism that flips over, it pinched my thumb between the fence and that, and it tore off my nail. It was just dangling by skin, And the lady comes out. It's funny because the lady comes out and she starts screaming at me and tells me she's gonna sue me if my dog, fucks up her dogs. And I looked at her and I didn't even know this happened. I didn't even realize, see my thumb. I didn't feel it. It happened so fast, and I was chasing like so much. Energy, I wasn't paying attention. And then I looked down, I see blood everywhere, and then my thumb, as soon as I seen the blood, I started feeling my thumb, it started throbbing. And man, that shit hurt. And I looked at her, I'm like, sue me? I'm gonna fucking sue you for my thumb. It was stupid. I ran home with the dog and had to wrap my thumb in a towel, and all they did was cut the thumbnail off. They stitched me up. They had to stitch it up because when it tore, the way it tore from the back forward. So it went underneath the skin and then peeled it up. It was messed up. My thumb is really deformed. It's weird. I got a few fingers that are deformed from hard work, But I wasn't gonna make a video, but I decided to make a video because first, I forgot to touch on the topic that I meant to talk. Well, I touched on the topic, but I forgot to mention why I don't buy so much food. Other reasons, and one of the main reasons why I don't buy so much food is, I told you guys, but because of the Bible. Jesus said, only buy what you need. Only take what you need. God always provides. It clearly says in the Bible, it says the bird, it says, do not worry what you're going to wear or fret about it. It says God clothes the bird in its feathers. You know, the bird has its beautiful feathers. The bird doesn't have to get dressed up and worry about what it's going to wear, you know, or worry about what it's going to eat. You know, it just goes and eats. You know, it has faith in itself, you know, that it can accomplish what it wants to accomplish. And so, you know, that's another reason why I do it. Because not only does it force me to go out, I don't have much food, it forces me to find ways to make money legitly, you know. It forces me to get out with people and see people. And then I ain't got to worry about my food going bad, or, you know, I always have money or something to get food, you know, for the most part. But when you're traveling, you get stuck in situations where, you know, you can't get food for, you know, 30 miles, or, you know, you're not around certain places. So that's a lot of times why I don't eat. It's not because I can't, it's not because I don't want to, it's because I can't. You know, I physically can't get the food. I didn't bring anything with me. I wasn't prepared, or something happened. So, but that's why I fast too, which I'll be touching on the subject. So, because I gained so much weight, and I was really fucked up, man. I was dying, dude. I could feel it. I was coughing up blood. I was smoking cigarettes, you know. I was bad. I was working 72 hours a week, man. Pushing myself, man. Like bad, you know. And I made more money doing bad things than, you know, doing those good things. And that's what frustrated me, you know. Because, you know, I knew I could, you know, make so much more money doing other things. And here I am killing myself for $100,000 in a factory that, you know, a multi-million-dollar, you know, building with all this equipment that I'm running, and I gotta smell all this stuff, and it was just really stressful. It wasn't worth $100 grand. It wasn't. I could have moved on up, you know, and, you know, I did, you know, I did. I mean, people were mad. They tried to sabotage my job, you know. I mentioned it in another video. It was terrible. You know, and for the people to risk their life to do it as well, it was time to go. You know, it was time to go. Just like now, it's time to go. But so I want to talk, you know, tell you guys about videos, how to make money, and so you have to learn how to find value in things, man. You do. And if you don't know what the thing is worth, do the research. You know, you have the internet. You know, you can find out what things are worth, and, you know, what, you know, if it's rare or not, you know. And for the most part, most people have a good idea of what they're, you know, buying already, because they have interest in it. But I haven't worked in 6 months, like a job, a physical job, like a 9 to 5, you know, and it's been stressful in a way. And I had to find ways to make money, you know, legally, you know, and to travel, and that's not easy to do. You know, so I had to put my bartering skills in effect, you know, and it messed up my relationship with my father in a way. My two older brothers' father, I consider my real dad. I have his last name, but it was terrible, because my uncle had this truck for sale, and, you know, it needed some work, and the way my dad looked at it, my uncle looked at it, you know, like the truck wasn't worth anything, you know, and that's why I got it for so cheap. And it messed up the relationship with my uncle as well, because what happened was I bought it for the motor, and I knew what I was going to do with it. I was going to put the motor in the truck, and when I got the truck off my uncle, he was kind of acting a certain way, you know. It was kind of, you know, it hurt him to get rid of the truck. He wanted to put the truck back on the road to make money with it, and I understand that. But he don't have nobody to help him to do that, you know. And the truck, he already tried that with somebody, and it didn't work out. And that's why the truck was, you know, it had problems, because the family parked it on the field, and it started rusting underneath the cab. So my uncle needed the truck gone. The company that he runs, the lot that he rents, to put all these cars, they were repaving, putting asphalt down. It was a, you know, it was a dirt lot, and now they want asphalt. They want to put concrete, you know, and they're expanding, they're getting bigger, you know. So my uncle was told, you got to get all your vehicles out. So that was another reason why I got the truck so cheap, because I was able to get the truck out of the way for my uncle, you know, and that's why it's so important to shake hands when you make deals with men and women, man, because we agreed on a price and we shook hands, you know. I made sure to shake hands. I told him, let's shake on it, you know. And we shook on it, you know, and we were under the agreement that I wasn't gonna give him the money right away, you know. I gave him a little bit money up front because I was still working then. And I did, you know, I paid him $250 up front, and, you know, I gave him $300 after that. And, you know, and what's frustrating, as soon as I sold him the truck, he had problems like, why'd you cut the catalytic converters off, you know? I was planning on buying the truck back. Like, what? We shook on the deal. Like, huh? And he's telling my dad this, you know? So my dad's getting put in the middle of it and getting frustrated, you know? And my dad doesn't know anything about trucks, you know, and anything like that. So he doesn't see any value in the truck, you know, or, you know, and he needed the money, and I gave him, it's funny, I listed the truck bed for $500, I ended up selling it for $400. And I gave the money to my dad, like, here's $400, I know you need the money. And my dad was like, whoa, holy shit, you made $400 just off the bed? You know, and I was making a lot of money. I've been living off that truck for the last half year. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because the amount that I paid for it wasn't that much, you know, it was under $1,000. All right, and the motor, you know, only had 100,000 miles on it, you know, it was, and the trans less than that, you know, the transfer case, the differential, and, you know, the truck was in really decent condition. You know, the bed was good, the frame is good. The only thing that started rotting out was the cab. And the only reason why I had electrical problems, because where it started rusting out was where the ground straps were. So, you know, I could have fixed those, but I mentioned that in another video. But I didn't, I wanted the motor. And now, as soon as I started taking it apart and giving people money, my uncle got jealous. He wasn't happy with the price he told me and shook on it. And then he actually sold that truck to my dad before I came home, and my dad had problems with it, with the electrical, you know, and my dad sold it back to him. And my uncle felt a certain way about it, and all of a sudden he's changing the price on me. You know, he's telling me I owe him more than what I do, and I told him that's bullshit, you know. He's like, I've never disrespected you. I'm like, yes you have. I'm like, you're asking me for more money and you shook on it. You know, you agreed. That's why I have people always shake, man. Shake on it. And he had the title still. So, you know, a couple weeks went by, man. And I didn't message him. I just stopped talking to him. I told him, you know, he disrespected me. He was wrong. I'm in the right. It's that. That's that. There's nothing to be spoken about. And I didn't speak about it. I left it alone. Like, I told him to go sue me. You know, it's a civil suit. He ain't gonna spend the money to sue me for that truck. It's stupid. I already had it apart. Like, why are you giving me problems? I've already given you all, you know, given you most of the money, you know what I mean? And now you're keeping me from selling the rest of the truck to give you your money and for me to move on, you know? And, you know, and I've made over $5,000 off that truck, man. I'm serious. I paid less than $1,000. I made over $5,000 off of it so far. And I still have the motor, the drivetrain with the stuff I wanted, and the frame, you know, the expensive stuff. You know, and so the reason why I brought that up for a reason, because you got to really understand the value, and people didn't see that, you know, there was value in that truck, you know, and it caused problems with me, and, you know, and I showed them wrong. Not only that, I've been living off of it, and today I don't have no money. I mean, I have money saved up, but I can't touch that, man. It's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money when you're putting in perspective the things that I'm going to be doing with it, you know, and businesses and stuff. It's not. And traveling, you know. But the reason why I brought it up too is because I ended up going to the junkyard, you know, and to get parts for my truck, you know. When I first came home, that truck you guys seen in the other videos, and I had my dad bring me, you know, I didn't have a vehicle when I first came home, you know. I had to get my license, you know, I never lost my license. That's surprising. That's one thing I never did, lose my license. But I had to get a vehicle, so I got the truck and I had to fix it up. I only paid $1,500 for that truck, and it's clean. But I was on my way out, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I was on my way out, and I seen an alternator sitting on top of a motor on an older truck that I didn't have, or and it was fucked up. The truck was a piece of shit, but it had a brand new AC Delco alternator sitting right on top, and you could tell somebody just like bolted it in and was gonna maybe use that motor out of that truck, and whatever happened, they decided not to. So for whatever reason, they didn't take the alternator off. And most junkyards, they have flat rates, so that alternator only paid $25 for it, And my dad, it was funny, my dad was giving me problems like, why are you taking that off? You don't need that, you're wasting money. I'm like, no, I'm not, I'm making money. He's like, how are you making money? I'm like, look, bro, they don't make this anymore, first of all. Second of all, I'm like, I'm only paying $25 for it. I was like, alternators cost $200 new, sometimes more than that if you want a nice one. And then, I have it for a backup, just in case, if I get another 350, a Chevy 350, an older one, But the reason why I brought it up is because I told him if I don't use it, I'll sell it, And he was like, how much you sell it for? I'm like, well, I'll list it for $50 probably, He's like, well, you're only making $25. I'm like, yeah, but I'm making a relationship with somebody. It's sitting on the shelf. It's always there. I can list it. And so I did, and it's funny because I got that like almost a year ago, over a year ago, actually, thinking about it, and it just now sold. So I listed it for $50. And it's funny because the reason why I'm bringing this stuff up is you should do this stuff, man, because it only took me a few minutes to get it off. And even though it took a year to sell, first I had potential to use it, but it's funny because the guy came, people don't want to, listen, people are lazy, they don't want to do the work. They are in situations where they're in a hurry, they're in an emergency, they need it then and need it now. So therefore, I got paid because of that. I was able to provide this person with an alternator that they needed, and they were in an emergency situation today. They didn't care where it came from, who it came from, as long as it worked, and it worked. And it's funny is he handed me $60. I listed it for $50. I told him I didn't have any change. I didn't. He said that's your problem. I'm like, okay. Have a good day. God bless. And he just carried on. We shook hands and always shake hands. And I earned respect from that person. And I was able to help that person out today. So, if you're hurting on money, man, just go. If you don't know how to wrench, or you got a junkyard near you, go do the research. Find out what cars they have, if they have anything in there that's worth a value, or and listen, don't buy car parts unless you know what they are and what they're worth, and you get them cheap. But they don't move as fast. If you're really hurting for money and you want stuff to move fast and you need money now, buy truck stuff, man. I'm telling you, people rely on that stuff. People they work out of them, they live out of them in a sense. If they're working out of them 7 days a week, they're living out of it. So they're taking good care of the trucks, They're putting money into them. So the stuff sells fast, and it's worth more to them. You can ask for more money because, they need it, and it's making them money. So they justify spending the more money because they can make money. So if you're hurting for money, man, just go do it. Serious. It's not that hard. And I actually saved up. I never told anybody yet, but I saved up enough money for my daughter's graduation, man, for her to go to college, bro. And I never had that. I never had a parent to give me kind of money like that, I was able to do that. And what's funny is, it's crazy, is I made all this money, I saved all this money up just cleaning headlights, man. All the faded headlights off the cars that are in the front, people get in accidents, Headlights and turn signals are the main thing that sells on cars, used parts, and they're worth a lot of money, man. They're expensive to buy them new. So people don't like to buy them new, you know, when they're hurting for money, you know, and they get an accident, you know. So I buy the faded ones. I look for the faded ones because I can get a good deal on them sometimes. I can get the places to go down on them because they're faded, and I can clean them up, which I'll show you guys how to do that. I know how to actually make them new again, shiny again, and that not temporarily either. Like I fix them for good, for, you know, until the sun gets to them again, you know. But you're really just sanding the stuff down, wet sanding, and that's all you're doing. You gotta polish it. But I'll show you guys the technique, because, you know, there's a little technique and there's like different stuff you can use. And I actually found out the good stuff to use is at my work at Michigan Import. So one of the workers there, you know, they do it there too as well. And you know, he showed me this stuff that works really well. And ever since I started using that stuff, the lights are coming out better. And I'm thankful for it, because that's how I earn my money. A lot of it. So I'll show you guys that. And there's a technique to it, because you can like melt the plastic when the polishing wheel is spinning. And then you waste your money, you fuck it all up, you know, and all your time. So you gotta be careful, you know. But the guy handed me $60, you know, so it's funny is I needed food and I'm low on weed. I was planning on actually going to the Flower Bowl today, which I gotta hurry up and get there, because one, it's Sunday, they close at 5, and two, I didn't leave the house until 2, which is it's not like me, but, you know, I have stuff I have to do, you know, at the house, and pack up still, and, you know, I'm doing things, and I'm making videos now, which is kind of, never thought I'd be letting people into my life, man. It's my personal life at that, you know. I know people are gonna, you know, agree or disagree with me, and I don't care if they do or not. If you're not in my life, then I don't care what you really think, you know, because you're not helping anything. You're not, you know, the negative stuff that you're saying on YouTube isn't helping no one. So therefore, I won't respond to it. So don't waste your time. You'll look stupid. I'll make you look stupid, I promise you. You'll look dumb, and you won't win. You won't win, because I'm working with God, man. I work with him every day, from when I wake up to when I go to sleep. So I had to get it's funny, I had a video, I was mad, it made me mad. I had a video of a guy using a remote control car, nice one, doing flips over here. And camera didn't save it. So all that time wasted. But I'm happy because I updated it last night, and yesterday. And I was able to go to the trails and test it. That's why I went to the trails close to me. I kind of wanted to test it, which they didn't have no jumps there, but, you know, I got a good workout in. I got to go ride through my old neighborhood, and which isn't really safe. But the camera quality of the video is so much better. It's not like as staticky, like grainy, you know, because it's it's an older GoPro. But I'm excited to get some footage now, and I'm heading downtown Detroit. I gotta get down there, man, and get some footage for people, and, you know, people that haven't been to the city, they want to see that stuff, you know, and I haven't, you know, I'm limited on funds and time. You know, there's many things I'd like to do, which I'm going to be going to Henry Ford still before I go home. Before I leave for Florida. But you gotta remember, I'm leaving when I head to Florida, I'm stopping at a million places on my way down. It's gonna take me about a month or two just to even get down there. People are not understanding that. You know, and I gotta get a boat. Try to get a boat this season while people are riding. It'd probably be better if I get a boat out of season, because, you know, it'd be cheaper, but they boat all year down there anyways. It's different down there. That's not the same up here. So it's, you know, that's why I got to get down there. You know, I really do. I got I gotta get down there. And, all these plans, looking on the boats and, looking at schematics online and, you're looking at these boats and you're like, oh, it has room to, I could put my shower in it. I can, oh man, look at that spot right there. I can put my batteries. But real world scenarios never work out like that, man. It's never the same as when you get there and, it's time to do it, and, things happen, things change and, things I'm not going to be able. Yeah, remember, I'm putting all these systems together and I got to get them to communicate. And I'm going to need some help probably. I'm going to be frustrated. I already know it. And you guys will see this stuff too, I'm going to be hooking all this stuff up, showing you guys. I want you guys to be part of it. Because I've been searching the internet, man, and on YouTube, and there's nobody doing what I'm doing. There isn't. Not like me, at least. And not with the background and knowledge, and, the whole bullshit, too. I know both sides, fuck. I try to cross a lot of times to get, I'm in a hurry sometimes. I gotta get there before 5. And, sometimes you don't see traffic. You go to cross and you're like, oh shit, there's actually a car there. I didn't see it. I think I'm good now. Yeah, I'm good. You gotta really watch, man. They be flying when they turn. They don't look, man. They like, say if they're turning left, they don't look right. They just look left. They're only looking where they're going, not around them. It's not cool. So when I come up, like when I cross the street and stuff, main roads, I really slow down when I start getting to the middle and I really look. I'm telling you, I've been so close to being hit. I don't even like talking about it because you're putting it out there, But I'm heading to the flower bowl. I'm gonna get some, I'm low on weed. I had a joint left in my pen. I always keep my pens for backup because they last a while. And I still got pens, so I might just, I only got a few bucks, the guy gave me $60, so I spent 20 on food and I'm gonna go spend 40 on weed. Sounds funny, like I'm a drug addict, but I'm not. No, I have money. I work really hard for my money. And that $40 worth of weed will last me about 3 days. 2 if I'm, really burning. And the only time I'm really burning, honestly, is if I'm really working hard, man. Like, I use it for therapeutic reasons. I don't use it to get fucking wasted, man, I use it when I'm run down or to help with a little, energy in the morning, and get going, motivation. Weed can make you lazy, yes, if you smoke a lot of it. If you sit there and smoke a fucking blunt, you're gonna be comatose, you're not gonna wanna do shit. You just wanna sit there. But I'm not like that. Never been like that. But I gotta go get some flour and I try to shoot for flour, wax, and a cartridge every time. It usually comes out to like $40 roughly, and I got points saved up too, so that's another reason why I go to the flower bowl too. I have an incentive. Not only is it personable and they have an incentive, they have points. The other place have points too, but this place, they look out, I swear the owner is giving me free stuff, The other place don't even come out. The owner don't come out, and you never see the owner. I like that place, man. It's the spot. Everybody is coming there to hang out, enjoy, getting their product and their medicine and whatnot, and they're going home to enjoy themselves with their family, spend time with their kids, play video games, and I'm tired of people saying you can't smoke weed and be in love with Jesus, because first of all, Jesus ain't even a religion. But the Bible clearly says that over and over and over again in so many different ways. It says Jesus is pure love. It's God, pure love. It's not a religion. A religion is just something you follow. And all these people, if you read it, all these people were following all these incorrect ways to live. And they were causing nothing but pain and hurt. And that's what Jesus was showing them. You know, and he wasn't the only one. You got John the Baptist, which is funny because that story is what I'm going to be really, John the Baptist, I'm going to be really touching a lot on him because his experience, him going out to a place where there was nobody and eating locusts, there was a reason for it. Which, you know, my personal experience that I've had, I guess you could say recently, but not that recently, but now I understand why he went out there and why he was fasting and only eating locusts. You know, he wasn't, first of all, it's probably the only thing out there. He was in the desert, first of all, but he went out there for a reason. It says, you know, he didn't eat for days, you know, he starved himself on purpose. And you know, there's a reason why I work out on purpose. You know, have a good day. I work out a lot. I ride a lot for a reason. Because there's chemicals in your body when you work out. And I just posted on my Facebook. I've been posting on my Facebook for about half a year before I even started the YouTube. Trying to build the influence, you know, with my writing, my poetry, you know. Just causing problems over the internet. Making noise, you know, just calling people out on their bullshit. That type stuff. But I mentioned on Facebook that you gotta do yoga, you gotta work out until you pass out. And it's true. Not till you pass out, like physically, like you're overworked, exerted, but you gotta walk long distances, and you gotta stretch your spine and your back, and you gotta get it realigned and pop back in place. And when you do, there's this chemical that's in the base of your butt, in a sense, in your spine, and it hits your head, your brain, it makes you hallucinate. It's really weird. It's a really weird feeling. Your hearing, you can hear when it happens. Your hearing is doubled. Like I can hear, like I was able to hear. I swear to God, and everything. I was able to hear people talking in their houses walking by. I'm serious. It's fucking insane, man. I thought I was going crazy. And but you know, I was doing it on purpose as well. You know, I was pushing my body and doing this because one, all the yoga, ancient yoga stuff says to do this, but it's funny, people are so stupid. They're in a hurry, they're trying to go, right, turn left. It was ready for me to go, and her light was yellow turning red, and she was trying to go, and I was right there, and she threw up her hand like, what, like you just stopped me from going? Like, whatever, slow the fuck down. It was yellow. I don't care what people say anymore. They all can go suck a... Yeah, you already know what I was about to say. I'm almost, I'm a couple miles away, and I gotta get downtown. I want to get nightlife, and it's Sunday, so there's gonna be a lot of people down there. I'm gonna take you guys to the river, downtown river, and I'll probably go like roll into Greektown or something, or just let's show you guys, what there is down there to go do. We got a lot of casinos. Greektown is my favorite. Then goes Motor City, but everybody's personal preference. They got tons of cool stuff. I would love to show you guys the Heidelberg Project. If you ever go down there, look up the Heidelberg Project. It's pretty cool. It's really artsy. But that's all the way on the east side. And sorry, but I'm not riding to the east side on my bike. It's not doing it. There's nothing for me over there, one. Two, by the time I get over there, there's not going to be any light. And three, it's rough over there. But I'll go there during the day and take some photos and stuff for you guys. But it's definitely worth going because of the history and what they do there. I won't tell you guys what they do yet. You guys can go look at it. You can search it up. But there's many things to do in Detroit. A lot. Hart Plaza is where I'm headed. That's, main downtown. That's where they host like a lot of skateboarding events and country. They used to have the Hoedown there. I took Margarita to the Jazz Fest down there. That was nice. I have that loaded up on my YouTube. That was nice. They got like a amphitheater that goes down into the ground. It's all concrete, so it echoes. You know, the way the sound is. It's really nice. And you know, Margarita and I got to enjoy really good food. And almost got into a fight because of drunks. Yeah, that's how it always is in the hood, Detroit. And, it was bad news. Because, yeah, of who I am. People don't expect me, you know, expect what they don't expect it. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get off the phone, man. I brought my gimbal with me, so hopefully I get some steady photos and stuff. And my camera sucks on the other side. The cover keeps on getting broken. I replaced it several times, and just the camera's all nasty and dirty. I put a Q-tip and some alcohol to clean up the camera, but it's time for a new phone. I need to get it. There's so much stuff going on, and it's supposed to be coming. We'll see. I did this thing on the internet, or I might be getting a free phone in a sense. I mean, it's not free. I paid. It took time, you know. We'll see. I don't, you know. All those things they're so like hit or miss. That's why I've been waiting to post about those ones, you know, certain ones. I'm waiting to see if they're real. If they are, I'm gonna show you guys. It's hard to find that stuff, you know. But there, you know, you gotta remember, man. There's you got billions of people in the world. You know, and there's so many different things out there you can do to make money, and people don't know them, and people don't take the time to find out. So that's what I'm doing, you know, part of it. Because I'm gonna be traveling around the world. I gotta find other ways to make money in different countries, you know. I'm gonna be rolling into port and sitting in port for a month at a time, and you know, signing a contract to work for, you know, 3 weeks for a certain amount of money or food, and you know, plan my next trip and then roll out. So that's how it's gonna go. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get off the phone. I gotta get rolling. Just figure out what way I'm taking, you know, because it's not always easy to figure that stuff out. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.